Hello friends, it's Cindy Brumbaugh from CindyLeeBDesigns.com, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today we're going to make a card with this cute little turtle that comes with the Turtle Friends bundle that has a turtle builder punch with it. This punch punches out the turtle in this stamp set that you can build up by stamping. And isn't this little guy cute? I'm going to show you how I made him. Super easy, adding some little wiggly googly eyes. So in this stamp set, which I really like because you can use this for a baby card. Hello, little one. Time to celebrate. That could be anything. Wedding, bridal shower, graduation, happy birthday, and also the belated birthday too. Sorry I was so slow. And then this is Valentine's here. You are turtly loved with some sweet little hearts, and you've got your birthday hat, a cute little bird, some grass. Oh my gosh, you could make little balloons too. So that's cute, and it comes with this cute punch here. Now I was a little wondering about these when I first got it because I wanted to punch out the negative and use it on my card, like so that you could have it on the outside of the card and open it up and it was stamped on the inside and these little circles. But then I, figured out that those are the eyes on the turtle here if you want to build up the turtle. But on this card, I just put a little wiggly googly eye on him. And that's a 4mm. Now, I have to tell you something funny I did is I bought all of these little eyes, but I opened them the wrong way. So I opened them upside down and then they all went back in. So I tried to get them back in, but it was funny the way the lid was. It looked like I should open it from the smaller part, but I had wiggly eyes, googly eyes wiggling everywhere. But anyhow, back to our regularly scheduled program. We are going to make a shaker card. So let's just start out here and get our little, well, we don't have to do our turtle, but I'm going to show you how to do that turtle. I'm going to use Granny Apple Green because I just love my little green turtle. So we're just going to ink up that image that has the open shell on it. So we're just going to stamp our turtle, and you could do that in a darker green if you want. I just thought it did work well with the Granny Apple, but if you wanted to use like garden green, or you still have Call Me Clover, some other darker green if you want to put that out, then there is a tortoise shell, like the actual stamp that has the little turtle, typical turtle shell, tortoise shell, and then that just pops right in. It is a little tricky, especially when you're making a video and you're trying to stay out of the camera. So I'm gonna see how lucky I was. Not too bad. A little close on that edge, and you might have a little bit of time where you're doing that as well, Don't feel bad. You can flip the paper over. And then you can see it just fits right into the punch. And then the nice thing about our punches is, remember, you can kind of punch down a little bit, see if you're in the right place, and then actually do your punching. So look at his head, his shell, his tail, and his feet. Pop that little guy out, and then I'm going to sit that aside. And then you would think I used Wink of Stella on here, but Wink of Stella is not as precise when you're using it. I love Wink of Stella, so I could have done his whole tortoise shell over. So let me see, actually, I have my Wink of Stella. I just saw it. Oh, here it is. Okay, so if I wanted to, I would have just, don't want to get it, prime my Wink of Stella a little bit here. It looks like it's getting, but you could have just colored in. Oh, actually it does work pretty well. You would just color in each of his little, it's cute little, but what I actually did on this one is I have this other Jelly Rolls Stardust glitter pen, and it has a little bit thicker, and I just actually colored in all these little shapes on his, and it gives it, now this one, you can still get that same look with but I have a little more control with this Jelly Rolls, and that's G-E-L-L-Y-R-O-L-L, Jelly Roll, and it's the Stardust one. It's clear, And so it just has like a neat, but you can see that you would see, but I think actually my Wink of Stella is getting low because when I was priming it, it was, I could hear the air in it. So, but that was really cute just to jazz up there. But also remember in this stamp set, you can fill it in with It's Time to Celebrate. Also, you could put paper piecing in there with a piece of designer series paper, just pop it out and darn, wouldn't you know. Okay, so here is a little guy that I did this way, but I actually did, excuse my reaching there, I did do you think I could find it? No, darn. I'll show you in a picture because I sent it to my friend when I was trying to figure out how I wanted to dress up Mr. Turtle Pants there. And I paper pieced in some paper and it was pretty cute. So anyhow, let's get back here to our little turtle. He's already done a 4mm wiggly eye, googly eye, and then I just put that little jazz it up there. Also, you could darken, if you did use a lighter color green, you could use different color for his shells. So the fun part about this card is making the shaker. So what I did is I just used that Host pattern party paper, and I just loved all the colors in it. It just matched really nice with the Scallop one too. So what I did is I just pulled the colors out, and it has pumpkin pie in it. So I made that my card base. And then I'm going to just grab my Stampin' Seal over here, and I'm going to put that onto the front of my card as the base around the card. I've been wanting to make a shaker card, and I thought this was a great one for this little turtle in these colors. So really with the shaker card, you're just trying to find a way to have an opening that you can put some acetate, a window sheet in. So there is my crooked designer series paper. Let's see if that Stampin' Seal is gonna, it's a little more, less forgiving than the snail was. So I am going to pull that off and get it straight because that was nowhere near straight. Let's just see if I can get that a little straighter. And I'm also working with stripes, so it's getting me a little dizzy here. I think we've got it a little straighter now. So we've got that one. Now the next thing we're going to do is make a window here. So I used my color and contour dies, and this is the one that has the bigger scallop here, and then it has a little stitching, like a circle, little fine dot stitching right there in the middle. And then I took a stitched rectangle die that kind of fit in to that so that I could end up with an opening in my window there. And then what I did is I just took some Tombow glue, and that seemed to be the best thing for me here. And I just put a little bit of the Tombow glue, it is going to cooperate, on this orange part, on the pumpkin pie. Isn't it funny how we sometimes don't even call them by their actual color families because we're so used to calling them by their Stampin' Up colors. So there we go. And then I just cut out also using my acetate window. That's the same size as the larger scalloped rectangle that I had. And then I'm just going to pop that right onto that pumpkin pie one. And then you're just going to get it into place. I did try making it a little smaller, but I thought, why do that? Just make it the same size and you know it's going to match perfectly. Now you're going to want a little bit of dry time there. And so by the magic of video, look at that, I've got one done. So what we're going to do is we're going to put on some of these foam strips because you need to have a way to keep it up off of the card. So I am just going to grab my snips here and I'm going to cut some strips here. I'm going to actually use this. So let's see how. Just get it to be able to go past your one side there. So here we go. So we're just going to pull one of those foam strips off. Actually, we might as well cut two of them so that they're, excuse that noise down in the kitchen. Jim is making his Cuban coffee. So, okay, so we're going to put this right here at the opening of our, along that side. And then I cut a second one, and we're going to pop one on this side. And there we go. Okay, and then we want to fill in these two sides here. So let's just measure that out as well. I think a good idea would be to take a pen and see, okay, here to here. And I make a little mark here. And then I have two pieces here, and fill in. You want to have it definitely reach from one side to the other so that it doesn't, none of the little shakers fall out. So if you want to, you could use, a great thing to do would be to use the edges of your dimensionals too. All those little edges that you have laying around and you're saving to use for sentiments, you could put them right there. Okay, and then I'm just going to lift this up so that I have a really good meeting of the foam strips. And I might actually just slide him around. Okay, so now I'm going to leave those strips on for now because we're going to place this where we want it to be. And that is also just something, don't you just love that, this pattern, Host pattern party paper. You've got your black and white on one side and the colors on the other. So we're going to put this in the middle of the front of the card base. And it looks like I've got it straight there, and my scallops are going pretty straight. So now the next thing we're going to do is we are going to put our shaker bits right here in the middle here. Now we have current the shaker shapes, and isn't it convenient that these shaker shapes have flirty flamingo, daffodil, and granny apple green. So I'm going to throw some of them in there, but you know what? We actually just retired our ice cream corner sprinkles. So if you have any of those, even though they have some light purple in it, I think it's going to add to the card. So I'm going to add a few of those into the mix here. And also, when you're thinking of making your, whoa, they're sticking to my sticky fingers here to the, I'm not going to add these to this mix, but we also had a celebration freebie a few years ago that had metallic baker's twine, and look at those colors. They match perfectly there. So you could use those if you wanted to. And don't forget, celebration will be starting on August 3rd. For every $50 purchase, you get to pick from our celebration brochure a free item. It could be a stamp set, designer series paper. There are some beautiful ones, and there's also 2 stamp sets that you can, and a die set that you can get for a $100 order. So there we go. We're going to be putting this shaker acetate window sheet on top of here, and all the little shakers are going to swim around there. I think I might add just a little bit more of my little sprinkles here. I love these little sprinkles. Okay, so we're going to set those aside. Now we're going to take off these protective pieces now. A lot of times when you make a shaker card, you'll do it upside down, but on this one, I was putting this here. So I could have put my shaker in here. Well, actually I could do it, but then I wouldn't have been able to see the straightness of my scallops. But another way to do the shaker is to have your acetate this way. Put the shaker pieces into your actual little well you have here, and then put your piece of paper on top and flip it over. But I wanted to be able to see the scallops here. So then I'm just going to get up on my tippy toes and then put down our frame. There we go. We have that down. And then you can see we have those little shakers in there. And some of them look like they might have adhesive on them. And there's no moving them now, or they might just be, I don't know. Oh, there, they released themselves. It probably was that they did have a little. So aren't those cute, those little shakers? And all we have to do is add Mr. Turtle on there. So we are going to actually add him. I think we won't put a dimensional on him because this is pretty raised up here. So let's just take a little bit more of our glue. And I'm wondering if I put it onto the frame or onto the turtle. It's kind of, okay, let's do it like that. So let's put it on his feet and his neck. So right on his neck and his feet. Get some glue on there. Sometimes I let my glue just sit for a second till it just kind of gets a little bit tacky and then it sticks a little better. And then I'm just going to put him right down. I want to make sure his head is not off of the card. We've got Mr. Turtle there, and if you wanted to do, you could put a little turtle there, but I don't know that I put a little turtle there because you're going to cover up your shaker bits. And then I just used another color in here, the Poppy Parade. And Poppy Parade is definitely a difference from the Real Red. So it's just kind of got a different tone of red to it. So I just cut it out with my art gallery dies, and those are called floral, the art gallery dies. What are those called? Yeah, floral gallery dies. Okay, and then we're just going to pop a little bit of glue. Actually, I might just use a glue dot on here. So I'm going to grab a glue dot and put on the end there and just pop it off the frame there. Just pull a little glue dot off. You are two, and then put one over on the other side. Another glue dot, just lift it up there with my take your pick tool, and then put it, you could either slide it in there, but I think I'm just going to put it right so you can see a few of the scallops. And you have this cute little shaker card. Is that adorable or what? Little turtle with his little wiggly eye. Remember, that's a 4mm wiggly eye. And then when inside, I just did these cute little turtles. Oh, they're so sweet. And I just used Pool Party and Flirty Flamingo and Granny Apple Green, and then you can see the orange pulled from the front as well. So you've got those colors going. I'm just so smitten with this card. It's so adorable. And then look how cute those little shakers kind of shake around in there, and just adding in the extra. So whatever you have laying around, any kind of little bits, little sequins will really work well with that. And I just love this. And I want to thank Stamp Happy out, Alyssa Tilsner, who did a card with using the turtle and this scallopy one from the pattern paper. And I just, did a little bit different of it, but I liked the inspiration she gave me. Thank you, Alyssa. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. You can email me at cindyleeb@gmail.com. You can also send me a photo or a text with a question, 724-323-2296. Make sure you jump over to my blog. Underneath the YouTube description, it says visit my blog here. Just press that link. It'll take you right over to cindyleebdesigns.com. You'll find additional photos and other tips and links that you might need or use. So please don't hesitate to subscribe to the blog and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I like to post my YouTube's videos on Wednesdays, and usually I have a post on my blogs Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and any additional days that I have some exciting news to tell you. Thanks for buzzing by, friends.